Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Did you recently lose or you're about to lose the 3 times travel multiplier on the Chase Sapphire Reserve? I'm here to help because I'm affected too. And so let's go over a couple of cards that can give you elevated multipliers on travel. And depending on what sort of travel you do, because Chase's travel category was the most expansive of the transferable point currencies, and it's the second most expansive overall behind Bank of America. And we'll talk about them in a little bit. But I wanted to highlight a couple of different options that you could use to supplement that 3 times points. Purchase extra points in the point system of your choice. So you're going to have to go outside of Chase unless some other things change. And we're going to hold off on that as well, because we're going to talk about a couple of cards directly. I'm using Rich with Points website, so shout out to Rich with Points on that one. From there, I'm going to talk about the 2 cards that you can pick your own categories with, and then we'll talk about the wild cards at the end. Cards that could make this cut but aren't going to. The US Bank Cash Plus card does have transit as an option for you for one of your 5X categories with up to 2,000. It's 2,000 or 2,500 spend in a quarter. Only has transit, does not include travel. So I'm going to put that one to the side. And the Wells Fargo Attune gives you 4 times points on transit, but not the rest of travel. So it will fail to one of its brethren as well. So the first card I'm going to talk about does not cover the transit portion, but it does pick up a lot of travel, and it does so at 5 times points or 5% cash back. Of course, this card is the Fairwinds Federal Credit Union Visa Signature Card. $95 annual fee. So this is more in line with the Chase Sapphire Preferred as it currently stands, but it does cover travel quite well. You do get 5 times points on car rentals, airfare, and hotels in the portal, as well as 5 times points on cruises in their portal. But you also get 5 times points on hotels, travel, cruises, car rentals, flights, and tolls outside of the portal. So it does give you quite a bit of flexibility in that travel category. You do not get passenger rail, to my knowledge. You don't get things like subways, mass transit, buses, taxis, rideshare, etc. Now, I don't know how expensive their travel category is when they say travel. I'm not aware of it offhand. I'm sure Uncle Luke, and Luke, if you're watching, please let me know in the comments what other categories with subcategories of travel it works with. But 5 times points on travel, $95 annual fee card. You can cash out the points, or you can use the points to purchase gift cards from Fairwinds Federal Credit Union. So a nice big chunky category of 5X points. I don't know how expansive it is, but going off of Rich's website, you do cover a lot of travel that would be lost from the Sapphire Reserve. So that's the first card. Fairwinds card, $95 annual fee, $75 authorized user fee. Ouch. But 5 times travel, 3 times dining, 2 times everywhere else. You get cell phone protection. There's point modifiers for when you redeem for travel protections, etc. So you do have to be a member of Fairwinds Federal Credit Union for that one. But it's a strong card. So that's the first card I could point to. It is an extra $95 annual fee. So if you're trying to avoid annual fees because you're now paying $795 for the Chase Sapphire Reserve, or you're going to be spending $795, again, I hear you. Let's see what else we can do. So the next card is the card nearest and dearest to my heart. This is going to be the card that I will be using to supplement, so I don't have to worry about this as much. But the Wells Fargo Autograph Card, definitely give this card a look. No annual fee. You can transfer out to partners that are partners with Chase. Avios, Flying Blue. You do get 3x points on travel and transit, and Wells Fargo's travel and transit is comparable to Chase. You do get airfare, car rentals, cruises, hotels, ride shares, transit, which will include mass transit. You also get tolls, parking, hotels, EV charging, gas, something that isn't covered by Chase's travel. 3x points on, I mentioned cars and cruises already. And then the card also does 3x points on dining, dime a dozen, 3x points on streaming services, also really good. 3x points on cell phone carriers, also really strong. 1 times points on everything else. So the autograph is a great no annual fee, some travel perks card. Now, the perks with travel come more with the autograph journey, but the autograph journey doesn't have that travel and transit category. It does give you 5 times points on hotels. It does give you 4 times points on flights. It does give you 3 times points on things like cruises, car rentals and things like that, but it does not give you the same transit category that the Autograph does. So if you're looking for the thing closest to Chase's all-encompassing travel category, the Autograph is going to be the next best thing. Same multiplier, cash out the points for cash back. You can do that. You can also get a number of other options with transfer partners. Wells's travel portal, you can redeem for gift cards as well. Sometimes those have a sale. I don't do that, but you can. That's fine. So that is another strong option for you. The next card would be the US Bank Altitude Connect. So we're going to cover that one here real quick. This one, no annual fee now, gives you 5 times points in the portal, 4 times points on airfare, cruises, hotels, transit. It does cover transit and travel, and 4 times points on gas and EV charging on up to the first $1,000 in spend every quarter. So yeah, overall strong card. No annual fee. Does give you 4 passes to Priority Pass as well, so you can get access to Priority Pass lounges, 4 visits, cell phone protection. There you go. Nice and strong card. No annual fee. Does have some nerfs, but is what it is, and you should be able to redeem into a US Bank checking account and cash out your points that way, and then turn that cash into points that you can purchase in whatever ecosystem makes the most amount of sense for you. Right now, to make things work best for you, those extra travel purchases should be, ideally, you're going to go through your card of choice, cash those out for cash, buy the points that you want to buy. Next up, we've got the Elan brother to the US Bank Altitude Connect. This is the Associated Bank Travel Rewards Plus card. Any Travel Rewards Plus from an Elan institution will work as well. This card will have a $99 annual fee, 25,000 point sign-up bonus when you spend $2,000 in the first 120 days of opening the card. Why US Bank and Elan use 4 months instead of 3 months or 6 months, I do not understand, but go for it. This has gas and EV charging uncapped. So this card will give you 4x points on travel. Does not highlight transit specifically. Give you 4x points on sports and recreation and various entertainment categories as well. So 4x points on movie theaters, 4x points on select live entertainment, 4 times points across the board. Cruises, gas stations, car rentals, EV charging, hotels in and out of the portal, and airfare in and out of the portal. So that works out pretty well. You're missing transit. That's a bit of an annoyance, but that is what it is. Everything else would be 1.5x. Redemption options, you got to redeem at least $25, which is annoying, but is what it is. These are Elan cards. This one is given through Associated Bank. Your mileage is going to vary, but Elan cards do come across a number of other issuers. So Elan just services credit cards for really small banks, credit unions, things like that. So the US Bank Altitude Connect version from Elan, $99 annual fee across the board, but 4x points on travel, uncapped 4x points on grocery and EV, gas and EV charging, 1.5 points everywhere else. Pretty strong card, if you ask me. Then we're going to get into the ones that you can customize. I am loath to bring these cards up, but let's say you're the sort of person who has 2 Citi custom caches. One of your Citi custom caches can be used for travel. The other Citi custom cache can be used for transit. If you spend up to $500 in travel and transit per month, you can knock out 2,500 points in each category. You will need to live a multi-Citi custom cache lifestyle to cover both travel and transit. But if it's something that's important to you, you can cash out those Citi thank you points and then buy the points in the requisite Chase-related ecosystem that you're looking for. Hyatt, you can purchase points, United, everybody. Next would be the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards card. Now, this is a pick your 3% category, and you can have multiple customized cash rewards as well. If you are Platinum Honors, you could go from 3% all the way up to 5.25% if you have Bank of America's Platinum Honors, which would out-earn anything you got from Chase. But again, there are quarterly caps of about $2,000 in spend. You do have to keep that in mind. But two Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards cards can also cover those 2 categories very well for you, and you would earn more, and you can cash out and purchase the points that you deem necessary in the category of your choice. Those have spending caps on them, so it's going to be a little bit harder to finagle, but it is an option. Not one that I would necessarily recommend, but one that you can definitely use. Now on to the wild cards. Right now, the Chase Ink Preferred is your next best bet. It is the $95 annual fee business card. It gets you 3 times points on travel, which would be Chase's Travel. Chase's Travel because you've been getting Chase's Travel on the Sapphire Reserve. Everything on Chase's Travel at 3 times points. $95 annual fee up to $150,000 in spend, combined with ad spend, combined with the other 3 times category, which is shipping. So very compelling option for you with up to $150,000 in spend every year. Again, this card is a wild card just because we don't know if this card is also going to be refreshed. All indications are yes, it will. How it's going to be refreshed, I don't know. Which leads us to the last wild card, which would be the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Currently gets you 2x points on Chase Travel. With Chase's Travel, you love Chase's Travel. It is everything you need for travel. Also set to be refreshed. I don't know what that card looks like either. And so I can't guarantee that it's going to go up to 3x. I can't guarantee that it's going to stay 2x, unfortunately. But if they move it to 3x, which would be fairly logical, 2x travel, 3x travel, 3x streaming, whatever, would be a relatively strong add, and 3x dining. Strong add to the card. Overall helpful. B is going to be looking at something between $150 and $295, I feel, and that's a little worrisome. But dining, grocery, travel, all 3x. Have this card properly take on the American Express Gold Card and come in under it with hopefully not terrible coupons. Could work. Not saying it will work, but it could work. So there we go. Those are cards I want to highlight as travel options besides Chase. You can always cash out your points. You can purchase points in the ecosystem that you see fit. You can do lots of other things to offset the loss of Chase's travel category on the Sapphire Reserve. My best bet would be something like stacking with Rove, where you buy on the autograph, get your 3x points for the travel agency, get your Rove points, transfer your Rove points where you see fit, and cash out your autograph points as necessary. That might be the play I do. We'll see, but just wanted to highlight a couple of options for you with other credit cards that are not Chase credit cards, just in case. I also didn't mention the American Express Green Card, $150 annual fee, due for a refresh, but 3x points on travel and transit. I would be remiss to not mention that card, but that card does get mentioned a lot as this is an unsung hero card from American Express. $150 annual fee. I have a feeling it's going to get refreshed as well. I don't know what that refresh looks like. So the personal green, Sapphire Preferred, and Ink Preferred all fall into the wildcard category. They work for now and are predictable now. What they look like in 6 months, I don't know. There you go. That's going to do it for this one. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button down below. If you want to support me here on YouTube, consider becoming a channel member. $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. If you like what I do but want to see me in a different format, check out the Stack Your Points podcast. We record on Monday nights, release on Wednesday and Friday here on YouTube, live on Thursday, various mailbag and topic videos Mondays and Tuesdays. Full pod with audio is released on Saturdays. So that's going to do it for me. Appreciate the time you took. 2 videos will pop up here. You could have been anywhere else. You chose to stick around with me. So thank you so much for that. Bye for now.